You know, friends, if I had my way, I would be using Lindsey Sterling's music to do that little sped up shuffle intro. Unfortunately, that would lead to a whole bunch of copyright nonsense I really don't want to have to deal with. So, hope you enjoyed that and the music. Or if you just, like, skipped, that's fine. Anyway, how are you this morning? I hope your Thursday morning is going well. Right now it's almost noon for me. I kind of went to bed late, woke up late, because I found out yesterday I only had to work one day this week. The joys of sudden PTO, let me tell you. Alright, so that allowed me a little more time, so hopefully I can get this thing looking right. I've already had to do 3 takes on the shuffling because, you know, things went wrong. And you don't always get to see those outtakes, and, well, trust me, I'm not willing to show them. Well, let's hope we can get this thing done in one take and uncut, shall we? Alright, so I won't hit you with the like, share, subscribe stuff. Instead, I will encourage you to look at the description below. There are plenty of links down there, things that you can think about and consider. Like if you want a personal reading, the links are down in the description below as to how you can do that. Also, if you want to have the same tea that I'm having, there's a link in the description below. So go check those out. You know, it's not just a brief description of what you're going to see here today. Anyway, if you hear any banging around, it's because the building right across from us is currently undergoing renovation on a couple of the apartments there, so try not to mind that too much. It hasn't really been bad this morning, so man, it's delicious. Anyway, let's get right into this thing. And I didn't even put the stone on top of it, which I'll do now and take it right off. Okay, here's our guide for this morning. None other than Thor himself on this mighty Thor's Day. There we go. So, if you're feeling stuck, he's definitely going to bust you out of that. But today I'm thinking we're coming from a position of real strength. We do have some protection here, as Thor is the protector of humankind. Kind of interesting fact about Thor, he is known as the Slayer of Giants. But did you know his mother was a giant? She was an earth giant. And, you know, Frigg is not his mother. kind of interesting. Just an interesting fact there. Okay, so today, remember when I said we're going from a position of strength? So this isn't really us busting out of a rut. It's just us coming from that strong position. And today we have a stag for our spirit. So we are taking the lead. We're taking charge. We're bossing up. We're going to do this thing today. And I think that's a great way to start our Thursday. And now we're just going to get right into the tarot. Real plain and simple. Nothing to it the way we do it. We've got an Ace of Cups. Still really emotional. We've got a 5 of Wands, which is going to be a lot of fire there. And then we've got a Queen of Coins, which we're coming back to Earth. So we've got water, fire, and Earth today. Which, to me, I think is a pretty great combo here. So let's see what we have. This Ace of Cups, we're still a little emotional, but it's not anything horrible, I don't think. But we're definitely experiencing a little creative stagnation. So as someone out there suffering a little writer's block, someone kind of hurting for the that little creative endeavor there, because it does kind of look like that. That could be a little frustrating. But we are looking at some new opportunity here for our Thursday. And we are kind of riding the struggle bus currently, but we are coming from a place of healing, so that to me is natural. With that Queen of Coins there, I always kind of like seeing the queens come out because, quite frankly, there's some nurturing there. You know, we're taking it nice and easy. Don't worry. You know, take your time, take a breath, and that sort of thing. And that's exactly where we want to be, because this is that leadership again. This is you bossing up. This is you getting out there and saying, you know what, I've got this. Don't worry. Whatever that project is, you're definitely taking the lead in accordance with the stag spirit. There's a little bit of a struggle there, but that's to be expected, especially in any collaborative effort, which, if you look, this little murder of ravens here seems to be kind of struggling on which direction in which to fly, but that's okay. This is what this is how can I put this? Okay, so you are, from taking the lead, you're feeling a little bit of a new opportunity. That's fine. Feel out that new opportunity. Okay. This is where you're going to brainstorm. It's going to be a struggle because you may be fighting for every little idea. That's okay. If you're writing it down, like if you have pen and paper and you're writing it all down, or you're typing it out on the keyboard to your computer, it's fine to just sit there and type the same thing over and over and over again until you hit something new, then type that and then keep going. But eventually what comes out of it is what you see right here. And this is our focus today, really. So it's not so much, it's playing to your strengths rather than busting you out of a rut today. So, what does the cosmos have to say for us today? So we have the cosmic heart. So this is where I like there's a quote from this that says, "Make your life a moving prayer." And I'll show it to you. There you go. Have a look at that. So this is devotion and potency, and that's exactly what you're reflecting today. Is that drive, that ambition. Potency means that you do have some kind of strength to you. Take any, let's just say mouthwash, for example. You use a mouthwash and you're like, it's a little weak, I don't really feel anything, and then you switch to something like, even like the Listerine type stuff, and suddenly it's, whoa, what was that? You know, you have one drink and you're like, that was a little weak, and then the next one's like, ooh, good God, that was a little heavy-handed. That one was potent. So it is strength. Also, you have a dedication and a desire to do what you do, which is what's most important. And make your life a moving prayer means that whatever higher purpose you're serving right now, that is exactly what you're doing. Everything you do. Let me put it this way. There are a few different faiths out there that rely on the spoken word as a prayer, so they will write things down. However, in this case, every act has to be one line in that prayer, if that makes sense. The next card we have is a new earth, and it says, it's happening, keep holding the vision. So always keep your eye on the prize here. That's most important. The next one is earth. This is learning how to be human, and you're in the world but not of it. So don't worry about what someone else is going to think. This is you, again, you bossing up, taking charge. And I like to put it this way sometimes. It's harsh, but it's true. I'm going to do this. If you don't like it, either take the lead, follow me, or get the hell out of my way. Sometimes that is needed. Today, though, today, especially if you're working with a group, if you're taking charge of a group project, this means that you may have to not approach it so hard, but use that as a last resort, an absolute last resort today. Finally, with the runes, we have Yera, we have Evaz, and we have Saulo, the sun rune. So, it's looking like good news to me, I'll be honest with you, because Yera is all about reaping those rewards. Remember yesterday we talked about self-sacrifice being necessary for anything to move forward, which Awaz represents things moving forward. But self-sacrifice paying off, first and foremost, that's what Yera's all about. And then we've got that forward movement with Awaz. But then we have Saulo, which right now you are on purpose, you're on the right path. You may need to leave others behind to reach your goal. I mean, that's something we've kind of been saying here. It's also something I've noticed a lot of astrologers are saying. David Palmer, the Leo King, my boy Brian over at Fixed Air Moon, those kind of guys, we've all been saying that. Whatever's not serving your higher purpose right now, you need to cut it off. And I spoke at length about that in a video probably about a couple of days ago. So it's very important to, this can be anything. It could be objects. If you want to, if you're looking to declutter your life, which is exactly what we're talking about, declutter, get rid of a lot of stuff that you're just, it's not doing anything for you. Look at it objectively. This is not doing anything for me. I need to get rid of it. So you can sell it, or you can toss it out, or do something like that. If it has sentimental attachment, you just can't bring yourself to get rid of it. Trust me when I say this, some people will absolutely understand that you needed to declutter, and that's why that little widget had to go. It's fine. It could be people. There could be people telling you, oh, you're crazy, you shouldn't do that, that's nuts. But then you have people supporting you going, yeah, I can totally understand where you're going with that, and that might seem a little crazy, but you know what, I say go for it and buy the ticket and take the ride. There are people that are just going to try to do everything, they're invested in your outcome for some reason, even though it has nothing to do with them. Some people are just plain toxic. You're going to need to cut those people out of your life. You may need to cut habits out of your life. If you're dieting, you might have to cut sweets out, or maybe not eat as much, stuff like that. I hope I'm making sense there. But the Saulo rune is definitely pointing at stuff like that, because your truth is right in front of you. And that's if you choose to see it. So you may have experienced some pretty dark times, but the future's a different story, because that's what's bright. And I've always said this, I will hold to it until the day I die, or I'm killed in a blazing ball of snot, or whatever. You cannot have a bright future if you stay chained to the darkness of your past. It's very simple, people. You may need to cut ties with parts of your past. The old story is going to have to be just that. It's just an old story. Do you want to be the hero or the heroine of your own story? That is up to you. Everybody loves a good comeback. Everybody loves a good underdog story. Look at Rocky. You know what? Never mind. Forget Rocky. Fictional character. So I'm not going to mention fictional characters. You know who I am going to mention? YouTubers I watch. Look at Josh from Lockdown 23-1. Look at Christina Randall. Look at Jessica Kent. Look at Joe Guerrero from After Prison Show. He was the guy who started this whole prison YouTube thing. Now look at him. Go back and look at his first few videos, and then go watch the newer ones. Look at Christina Randall. Christina Randall's got a great channel. Just saying. Same as Jessica Kent. Lockdown 23-1. Josh seems to be doing pretty good. and he's pretty awesome. I go watch those channels almost daily if I can, and they're some of my absolute favorite channels because these are the people who have had opportunities taken away from them, and have decided to create their own and have come back stronger than ever. And to me, let me show you something. To me, these three cards are about the best representations of them I can find. And there it is. So you can be the victim of your old story, or you can be the absolute legend you were born to be. But that's up to you, and you alone. And that's the summary. You have a new opportunity. Seize it. Take it. Don't worry about the struggle. The struggle's always going to be there. But now you can be the hero of your own story. And you're coming from a position of strength and leadership. Use it wisely. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this reading resonated with you, and if not, I hope you will pass it on to someone who may need it. As always, I love each and every single one of you. I appreciate you coming and having your morning beverage with me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I wish you success in all of your endeavors today. And as always, my friends, shine on.